get off live. People keep telling me that. Do you realize that live is the only support that I have? Do you know how many people support me on here? Do you know how many people are actually positive on here? Besides people like you. I don't get on live for views. I get on live because I know there's people that care about me. I just invited you, Blanca. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I modded Mama Lori because I know Mama Lori's not with the shit, so Mama Lori's in the house now. Nothing's wrong. Spoke to my husband, and I'm just hoping that he is capable of being a good man. I don't want to be with him, but I'm hoping that he's capable of being a good man.
This man dropped his money.
There's one thing he can't say about me is I've never turned my back on him, and I've never left him high and dry. Never have. And I need a job. I need money. I need to be able to support my kids. And sending me pictures of wads of money that you have asking if I need $12 to file indigent is very petty. Knowing that he left when there was no money here. I'm not bashing him by any means. I'm just hoping he does the right thing. Because I know there is a good person inside of my husband. That's why I married him. He's not completely bad. He's just lost himself and we lost each other and we don't need to be together.
Wow, I'm keeping you from getting your heart broken and all you care about is this stupid teddy bear?
Thank you, Melanie. So I have no choice but to rely on him. I want to go look for a job and I have $20. I need to find a job. I have to take care of my children. And I'm stuck. The last bit of money I had, and it's true, I bought me and him cigarettes. And it's true because I was on live when I gave him the cigarettes and he didn't even say thank you.
Hey, let's go! Hey, come on, Mom! Can I get my shoes back? Yep, just need the skates back. Right, one
I
second.
have nothing.
Mom, I'm hungry.
I have nothing.
Okay. Wait, does the light go off when I close it? I have to find out.
I have no money. Why are you buying cigarettes? Because cigarettes are very addicting. And if you think I can kick cigarettes right now with everything else that I'm going through, you have no mental capacity at all.
And destroying them all. And now I'm broke. I was crying like a
You
little
see, this is the shit that I'm talking about.
I took my mom's credit card, went to Google, and I bought a vending machine for $5,000. And then I took the key, opened up the machine, and there was like $600 in there. And then I ran back to the store, and
I know I have a roof over my head and I have my parents, but I'm saying there's shit that I need to do that I can't do because I was left with nothing. I don't have anything.
I just got a text in the family group chat telling everybody not to forget their family presents. So since the family hasn't seen Adonis and Bella in a long time,
I'm not talking about the place. Do I work? I did work, but my husband had a problem with the hours that I was working, so I quit that job because he said that I wasn't spending enough time with my kids. And I wish more than anything I would have kept that job.
he grabbed a hold of the pipe and climbed up.
And if you don't believe me, you can click on my page. And I did fit checks every morning before I went into work.
The stuntman thought he was congratulating him.
And there's your proof that I'm willing to work. I stopped working because I was asked to for the sake of my children.
But he made the parkour guy.
No, they won't take me back because I didn't do my 2 weeks. That's the place I said that I almost had it, but then they said that I was non-rehireable. I'm in Florida. I've been applying to everywhere. My mods are doing other things. I don't have very many mods in here right now. Somebody wants to come in the box.
Hey, girlie, what's wrong?
Hey, girly, what's up?
What's the matter? Why you look so upset? I know
What,
shit's hard
girl?
right now. Shit's hard right now, but it won't stay hard forever. I have been there. I left an abusive man. I lost my car. I lost my home. My dad died. You've got this. I promise you, it is only up from here. Like 110%, it is only up from here. Focus on you. Focus on those babies. You've got your mom and dad to support you.
That's what I'm trying to do, but I'm stuck. Like, I got a quarter to take a gas, and I got $20, and I need to go find a job. And then he's like sending me pictures of wads of money that he's got, asking me if I need $12 to go file a digit so I can file for a divorce. Like, he's being really petty, and then he calls me and tells me that I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with my daughter's stuff, which is his stepdaughter. He's known her since she was 2, because he got a place to live. And he's moving into it, so he's getting all this stuff out of storage, and he's leaving my daughter's stuff in there, and he's not gonna pay the bill. So
The best thing you can do is just cut him off completely. Don't let it bother you at all. Whatever materialistic stuff she's got there, you can replace over time. He ain't shit. He ain't never gonna be shit. Like, don't let it stress you out, because that's what abusers do. Luckily, mine's in jail. I don't have to deal with him. I got a no contact order. I got full custody of our son, who I'm sure you hear squirming around right next to me. But girl, I'm telling you, it is only up from here. You got to just block him completely. Tell him the only time you want to talk to him is about these kids, nothing else. That'll drive him crazier than anything. That's the best revenge you can get on somebody like that, is to just cut them off and do not allow them access to you, your emotions. He wants a rise out of you.
you see, the thing is he's not a bad person. He's not a bad person, and he's capable of being a good dad. But I don't know what the fuck his problem is.
Right now, he wants to do whatever he can to hurt you. That's all he wants
But
to do.
what, but for what though? Like,
he
if,
may
like
not.
I don't want to be with you. That's fine. Like, we don't have to be together. We have a kid, so we still have to coexist. So don't treat me like shit, because I'm still the mother of your child. Like, he's still the father of my child. So treating each other like shit, that's not gonna work.
I know, but they show their true colors when they no longer have control. You may not think he's a bad person. I've watched this for a while. I've watched this on Reddit. I've watched this on TikTok. He's not a good person completely.
No,
He
he's
may have
not.
been a good person
Nobody-
once upon a time, but he's not now.
He's not. He was the best person I've ever met in my life when I first married him.
People change, honey. I got married, and he was the absolute best person I had ever met, and then he beat my ass for 2 years while I was pregnant and after. And he pistol whipped me in front of my kids, and that's how it ended. And now he's in jail, and like, this man's already thrown you to the ground and broke your knuckle. Like, it only gets worse from there. Once they cross that bridge, I'm
Well,
telling
he
you,
did.
they
He
do
did
not come
break
back.
my knuckle. He sprayed my knuckle. If I say that this is broken, everybody likes to correct me.
Okay, well, he
They're
sprayed
correcting
either
me, but
way. He
they're
physically
not
put his
talking
hands on
about
you.
what the fuck. Exactly. They're not saying that. They're correcting me that it's not broken.
No,
Like,
it
do you
doesn't
see my
matter.
problem?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. That man put his hands on you, and once he crossed that bridge, it's so hard to come back from
And then
that.
whenever we talked about it, he told me that he didn't even know that that happened.
Of course not. How dare he take accountability for the things that he done? What kind of person would he be if he did that? It's
Then he
all
like
you.
looks
It's
at
all
it, and
you
he's like,
according
"How
to
did
him,
that
and it's
even
going to stay
happen?"
that way.
Like, he's like, "How did that even happen?" I'm just hoping get sober for the babies. I'm fucking sober. Can't you guys tell that I'm fucking sober? If I
Ignore
wasn't
all that.
sober,
Hey,
I wouldn't be fucking crying.
don't
I
give them a
wouldn't be
rise.
feeling any of this shit.
These people want a rise out of you. They want to make a fool out of you online. Ignore comments like that. If you're sober and you know your truth, live that truth.
You
Don't worry
guys
about what
can
people have
see
to say.
it. Anybody that's watched my Tammy, I'm sorry. Anybody that's watched my fucking lives knows the difference in me. You guys can see it. You're not fucking fools.
I think you're doing great. I think you're hurting right now, and that's perfectly normal. And you need to feel that, and you need to live in that for a while. And it sucks. It really, really sucks, especially when you got kids. Like, I wanted nothing more than for my ex to be a father to this baby, but he's never going to be. He's never going to be a good father, at least. People change, and I know you don't want to see that, but Darren has changed, and he is no longer the man that you married.
Right.
He's let all this internet shit get to his head. He's let all these women in his lives get to him. He's no longer that person that you knew, and you need to just cut him off and let him go, because it's only up from here. Even if you got to walk to work. I walked to work for 2 years before I was able to buy myself a car. You can do it.
Girl, where I live, if I walk, I'll be walking for 6 hours. Like,
Okay,
I'm
well,
showing
fuck that. But
I live in the boondocks.
like, I'm sure if you were to find a job, your parents would not mind putting gas in your tank till you got to your paycheck. Don't let any of this stress you out, especially around the holidays. Just love those babies. Take it day by day. You have got this. I promise you, you've got this.
You do. It's just a little hard right now. And
A little?
that's normal. No, I mean, it's normal to feel this way, but it's not going to feel this way forever.
Nope, sure won't.
And you're going to show him that you're a strong woman and you got this.
And you got to remind yourself you're a strong woman.
Right.
You pulled yourself up from addiction and you got your baby back. You did that.
You did. And nobody can ever take that away from you.
You know how hard that is?
That's what my mom keeps saying. My mom was like, Kristen, you fought a whole court system. You went through a whole program. You kicked one of the hardest drugs possible. And you're telling me that you're going to put up with this man treating you the way that he does. And you can't kick him. She was like, you've overcome so much that a lot of people can't. Like, there's a lot of people that have died from the same stuff you were using. And you're telling me that you can't get over this?
It's a trauma bond, and the trauma bond is the hardest thing.
Hold on, y'all. Let me get my baby out of the room. I don't want her to hear this. Hold on. Come on, baby. Grab some babies so you can come play in Grandpa's room. Here, I'll help you.
Y'all, it's snow in here. I'm pissed.
I didn't skip a beat neither. They told me to jump. I said how high, and I got the records to prove it.
Exactly. You did that. You did that. If you can overcome an H addiction, if you can overcome a court system that is literally meant to keep you down and meant to keep you from your kids,
you can fucking do anything.
Literally. Like, trauma bonds suck. I know it because to this day, I'm still in love with a man that never fucking existed. And it's hard to get over that in your head. I had to go to therapy and everything. And I'm in a great relationship now. I'm engaged to a man who literally just bought me 24 acres and lets me be a stay-at-home mom. And he's the best thing to ever exist. You got to stop accepting the bare minimum. Stop putting the bar on the floor. And just because they're barely above that, accepting that.
Absolutely. Damn.
You are doing the best thing for you and those babies. And it sucks, especially when you're in love with a kid that's not yours, because you know Darren's going to do everything he can to make sure you never see that boy again. And that's hard, but you got to let it go.
He does it every time, and then he'll turn around and tell people that I never liked his son and all this stuff and everything else. His son has an IEP. His son, it wasn't a drug baby. His mom took a lot of different things. She was a trash can when he was in utero, so he has a lot of mental health problems and stuff, and I got him help in school. I got him everything he needed. I got him started on medication in kindergarten and pulled him off in the first grade when I thought that he could handle it. Like, I've literally done everything that I can for that little boy, and every chance he gets, he snatches it from me. And then the disrespect that that little boy showed me at the car wash the other day, it really broke my heart, because I've done everything I can to show that little boy that he was worth it.
Here's the thing, though. That little boy is following what his daddy is doing right now because his dad is his world. But that little
Absolutely.
boy, you have been in his life long enough, he is always going to remember you. And one day he's going to be grown and he's going to come looking for you. Like you gotta let all the negative stuff go for now. It's hard, but you gotta just ignore it and just do the next right thing. One step forward, do the next right thing every chance you can get.
Yeah.
Well,
And you're gonna
well,
feel
I'm
if you
gonna be
don't.
honest. I did ask him if he could pay 1 more month on the storage to at least give me 30 more days to find a job.
Even if he doesn't, don't bank on that. And it sucks to let all that stuff go because I know it's your kids' stuff and that's the worst. But take that rage and hold on to it because all those things are material and you can replace every single one of them. And he's doing this literally just to get a rise out of you so that way you come running back so the
Right.
cycle can start back over.
I'm not
Yes.
going back. Why would I go back?
It's trauma, girl. It's trauma. And
But
we
in
don't.
his head, he feels like when you're this low and you have nobody to turn to, you'll turn back to him.
Yep.
I have y'all.
Damn right you do, girl. My inbox is always.
Why do you think every time I got on live he got so mad at me?
Because
I wasn't allowed to go on live when he was here.
Because you've always had these people in here telling you, hey, that man sucks. That man ain't nothing. That man ain't never gonna be nothing. We've always been trying to get you away from him, and he doesn't want you to realize that you can do it without him.
Right.
But that man jumps on live every chance he can get to make you look bad. All of your videos, every time I have seen any video with your husband in it, you have done nothing but praise that man. You have done nothing but say positive things about him. But go on Reddit right now, and there's 1,000 videos of him talking just straight garbage about you.
Yep.
Put your entire life story out there, and for what? For clout? To get him some more females in his inbox, paying for hotel rooms? I bet you that cash is not even anything he made himself. He probably got on live, gave these girls some sob story, and they said, look here, we got you. You don't need her. She ain't nothing but an addict, and she's just dragging you down, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Damn. Where was you when I needed my pep talk?
When I found out that my courthouse here was open, I called him and I said, hey, can you meet me at the courthouse so we can go ahead and file? And he was like, because first he texted me and he's like, I'm coming to get my stuff whenever I'm done here. Because I asked him to come get his stuff 3 days ago when I posted that sheriff stuff. And he never showed up. Of course. It's on his time, always.
Always.
And he was like, when I'm done here. So I was like, okay, well, that's fine. Didn't really respond back to that. And then I was trying to figure out like when he was gonna come because I didn't want him popping up on my mom and my mom having to deal with, all of that. Like if he's gonna come, I would rather be here with my mom than her be here by herself.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I'm in Georgia right now, so it's not going to be anytime soon, blah, 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 this, that, the third. And then he was like, just go to the courthouse and file. And I was like, if you come with me and we sign at the same time, they don't have to find anybody. It's way easier.
Yeah. But he ain't gonna make nothing easy. That's the thing. You gotta accept the fact that he ain't gonna make nothing easy. I'm not even gonna lie. Darren's lives were the first lives that I saw when I first started watching all this. And he had me hook, line, and sinker thinking you were bad. And then I started catching you live, and I started watching your lives and listening to your story and listening to the things that you said and reading in between the lines. He is 100% my ex made over.
Yeah. The
Like,
moment he started talking bad about you, I blocked him right away because no husband should sit there and trash talk their wife.
no way. No way. Even like my fiance now, I don't give a F. If we are out in public, he could say the sky is purple and anyone could try to fight him and I'll have his back 100%. In private is when I'll tell that man he was wrong and why.
Right.
And that's how your husband should be for you.
Right, and like Sour Patch, he had the biggest problem with me being friends with Sour Patch. He hated me having a friend. He told me that she wasn't a real friend, that internet relationships are never really real, that she was an alcoholic, that she's not really this, she's not really that. And he hated it. He couldn't stand it. But then he would come inside the lives and he would wave at her and try to be nice to her. But behind the scenes, he was in my ear trying to convince me that she was this negative person to have inside my life.
Of course he did, because Sour Patch always had your back and was telling you the truth that he wasn't nothing and he wasn't ever going to be nothing. She supported you when you were happy with him, but she had your back whenever y'all were going through your rifts and y'all were breaking up. And at the end of the day, she would have supported whatever decision you made, and that's a friend. That's a real one.
Right.
And I
Yes.
don't even know you like that. but
My
that's
thing,
what you
my
mean, I
thing
got you.
is like I'm ready to like wave the white flag. Like our kids are gonna see this shit one day. You know what I mean? Like this shit doesn't go away. It's on the internet.
There's no
Exactly.
white flag for narcissists, baby. There just isn't. And it's unfortunate, and I wish there was an easier way for you to do it, but the best thing you can do is keep all communication just to the kids. Don't respond to nothing that ain't got nothing to do with the kids. If he wants to play hardball, then you play hardball, because you've played harder ball.
But yeah, don't feed into it because you gotta protect yourself.
I'm just tired, y'all.
You gotta protect your peace, honey. You gotta protect your peace. And at the end of the day, if going live on TikTok's what makes you happy, then do that.
Going on live makes me happy because I meet people like you that are in similar situations that give me hope that I can get out of it. And then people are like, oh, you put your life on the social media and you sit here and you cry about it. And then people sit here and we have our opinions on what you're saying and we don't agree with you. And then you get mad and this, that, the third, and everything else. I'm not getting mad that people have opinions on me. People can have opinions on me all day long. But don't sit here and judge me because I come on live because I don't have it. Like I have my parents and stuff, but I don't have friends in real life. I'm an introvert. Like I stay at home. I stay with my kids. Like I've been a sham for 7 years. Like I wasn't allowed to have friends. I wasn't allowed to go out with there's girls trips that never existed. Like we went to the Bahamas. I paid for that. Like he didn't even, it was for Riley's birthday, and he barely wanted Riley to come. But it was supposed to be for her birthday because me and him got into a fight and we ruined her birthday completely. She didn't even have a birthday cake. So I felt like a piece of shit mom. So I paid for my baby to go to the Bahamas and they sung her happy birthday on the boat. Like there's so much shit that people don't know on this app. And this man just keeps fucking slamming me.
That's so fine that people don't know it because they don't need to know certain things. They don't need to know. This is your life and you're going to share what you want. You don't have to share everything.
Hurt people hurt people. Those people are hurting in their own sense, and they love to watch you when you're down like this. They love to see you upset.
Feed off of you, and they'll feed off of the bad that you've done, but they hold that against you. Like, just because you did bad things in the past, just because you were on drugs, they're going to hold that against you forever. That's just how people are.
The saddest part of all of that, like with me nutting out on lives and shit, like I'm seeing a psychiatrist because there's something wrong with me. I don't know if it's from drug use. I don't know if it's from my husband. I don't know if it's from myself. I don't know what it is, but there's something that's not right. So I reached out to a doctor to try to run tests on my brain to figure out if I caused damage using drugs so I could be a better person. And he's trying to get different dosages and everything else right. And I'm being honest with him about how I can't sleep, about how my brain doesn't stop spinning. Like, I'm being completely honest with this doctor. I'm not pill shopping. Like, anytime you guys have seen me nod out on live, I'm on prescription medication that this doctor's telling me that I'm supposed to be able to function on. And obviously it's too strong. So now I've completely come off of all of it. Because now I don't trust it. But it's not solving the problem because I still don't feel good inside. So, what do?
You gotta quit letting these people affect your mental health. At the end of the day, like I said, if you know you're doing right, if the nodding out on live and stuff is because of prescription meds and you're trying to get right and you're testing medicine.
It is. And I got it. Like, literally, my phone is flipped over on my purse as a stand. I can show you guys the medications that I'm on. I can name them, and you guys can look them up, and it'll tell you, like, literally all, like the symptoms that I just told you that I suffer from. It'll match. Everything matches. I have receipts for all that shit. And the one that makes me nod out is Xanax, and he has me on 2 milligram bars 3 times a day, and it's too strong. So I tried to start doing it. Sour Patch knows. I started to try to take them just at nighttime. Because I have really bad anxiety. But a lot of that, I started thinking about it. Is it coming from my relationship?
Yeah.
It could be.
A lot of
Absolutely.
that anxiety,
No,
100% could be coming
because
from your relationship.
because before I met Darren, I was in drug court. I wasn't even allowed to take cold medicine because it has alcohol in it and it would make you pop positive in a drug screen from the courthouse. So when I got sick, I had to pray that I would feel better because I wasn't allowed to take any medication. If I went to the doctors, I had to tell my supervisor what medications they prescribed me, and they would take prescriptions from me and tell me I couldn't have them. So I was happy. I was working, I was walking, I was riding the city bus. I was seeing Riley every chance that I got with my visitation. My parents weren't helping me at all because they were really upset with me that I had even gotten that low. It took them a good 6 months to come back around to where they would be a part of my life again. My parents have checked out on me before because of my behavior, rightfully so.
That's
And
fine, you know?
I lived in a halfway house. Darren met me in a halfway house, and he literally tracked me down. Like, he would say, "Oh, well, I want to come see you." And I'd be like, "No, I'm tired. I just got off work." And then he'd be like, "Oh, well, I'm downstairs."
Oh wow.
See, and like I know that the person you know and the person we see on live is two totally different people. But from the sounds of it, he is 100% a narcissist. He went and found someone like you at your lowest, told you everything that you wanted to hear. I'm going to build you such a beautiful life.
He
And
love
then
bombed the shit out of
love
you.
bomb the shit out of you and then beat
Well,
you down to this
he,
point.
honest to God, he was in the same boat that I was in. He didn't have a son. His son was living in a trap house where they were cooking stuff on the stove, if you know what I'm talking about. His son was 3 years old smoking cigarettes. He didn't have his son. He had a raging alcohol problem. He would drink like 6 bottles of Savaca a day. And I pulled him out of that. And I fell in love with him because I knew that he wanted the same things that I wanted. I wanted a house. I wanted a family. I wanted to bring my kids home. And I thought that's the same thing he wanted for his son. He wanted to bring his family home. So we were going to blend our family and it was going to be a beautiful thing. And it was until I got pregnant.
I feel like Darren likes to live his life in utter chaos. And if it's not chaotic, he doesn't know how to be. Because look, now that you two aren't together and like he doesn't have anything to complain about, he ain't got nothing to say in his lives.
Have
Like
you
he,
been in his lives?
I've not for a few, like last week I think was the last time I saw him before you guys got back together this last time.
Yeah, I've been wondering what he's been saying. Because I haven't been talking to him, so I've been wondering like what like for him to go live, like what could he possibly say? Because the only time you notice the only time he went live was when he was at work, or if he's in a truck, or if he's at a park, or if he's at like a car wash. He never went live in front of me.
No,
And
no,
I knew that was a red flag, and that's what told me he was bashing me.
100%. I only see what they post on Reddit. And now that you guys got back together and then broke up so quickly, there was no chaos that happened. He doesn't have nothing to talk about. Like
Right, because I'm not giving chaos. I'm not doing it. I'm not
like
chasing him. I'm not blowing him up like I normally do because I'm done, you guys. Like this time, like I hate to say it, I'm not bashing Corey when I say this at all because Corey has turned into a really good person. Thank God for my daughter, Riley. Um, but I feel towards Darren how I felt towards Corey when I was done with Corey.
hmm And that was back when Corey was an active addiction.
Right.
Like that was when you guys were two totally different people. And like I absolutely hate the fact that like Corey wasn't a part of Riley's life for so long, but you've done the right thing allowing him to be a part of her life now because just like you're sober, he's sober. And Darren
You
has
know,
control over that.
I told Corey that on the phone because I talked to him 3 days ago, and he actually told me, you know, that he was terrified of having the conversation with Riley on why he wasn't there. And I told him, I said, you know what, Corey? I said, I'm the only person that was on the opposite end of that battlefield with you. I was like, and I'm gonna tell you right now, stop taking swings at yourself.